Hello everyone, good morning. I'm Steve from UCAN English Tutoring. In this video, I'm going to assess one of my students' letter and provide the word-by-word feedback along with the feedback against each criteria and finally the overall score for this letter. Let's start the assessment now. You have written on the date here. I'm happy with that. There is no spelling mistake. Good. And you have written on the addresses, contact details, Dr. Alison Gray, the pediatric consultant. Yeah, that's good. So there are no spelling mistakes here as well. Didn't you get the information about the organization where he works in? Oh, no.
Who, sir?
This one.
No, sir. In the case notes,
The name of
in
the
the
organization
case
isn't
note, it
given,
was
right? Okay,
no,
all right. Dear Dr. Gray, that's good. Regarding Brendan Cross, is this spelling correct? It should be
yes, sir.
Brenda. No, it's not DE, it's A. I'll show you that. I'll show you that in the case notes. Can you see this?
Sir,
it's Brendan Cross. It's here, Brendan Cross. That's the one. So there's a spelling mistake. You can also confirm the same. So the spelling mistake, when you write down regarding, there's a spelling mistake. So it's not Brendan Cross. It's regarding Brendan and then Cross. Okay. So you should use Brendan. All right.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Date of birth, that's okay, 25th December 2003. That's all right. I'm happy with that. I'm writing to refer Brendan Cross, who requires, again, the spelling. So throughout the letter, I think.
The letter,
no,
yes,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah, that's not
letter
good.
full Brendan only I have written, sir.
Yeah, okay. So that's not good. That's not good, okay. So, all right. It's incorrect, actually, Brendan. Throughout the letter, you have incorrectly spelled the name of the patient. So that's not good. That's not good. Okay, you need to be really careful. You can't misspell the addressee's name or the patient's name. It's not good. All right, let's go through the remaining ones. I'm writing to Mr. Brandon Carr, who requires urgent assessment and further management from your facility. That's good. He is experiencing suggestive features of, is it rheumatic fever? Rheumatic fever, right?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
All right, so the introduction paragraph sounds good. Brendan was presented to our hospital a week ago with the complaints of sore throat. Sore throat. I don't think it's one word only. No. It's not one word. No. It should be sore and then there must be a space and then throat. Okay. Lethargy and continuous crying spells. Okay, for 3 days. Okay. On assessment, he was febrile, 39.8 degrees Celsius, febrile tonsils. He was febrile, but you should have used tonsils were enlarged with the exudation for which, okay, you should have mentioned and tonsils were enlarged, isn't it? There are two, these are two different conditions, right? This is the first one. He was febrile. And
comma,
then
I forget, sir. I
comma, instead of comma, you should write and his tonsils were,
okay.
Yeah. So you should have mentioned just tonsils where instead of that you should have mentioned this. Okay, give me one moment. All right, and his tonsils were, okay, and his tonsils were enlarged with the exudation for which he was prescribed with the oral penicillin, 250 milligram every 6 hourly for 7 days. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so apart from that, there's no issue with this paragraph. I'm happy with that. Let's go to the next one. On subsequent days, Brendan was suffering from hypertrophied tonsils.
Hypertrophied
Yeah,
tonsils.
tonsils along with the swelling over his right knee. In addition, mild systolic murmur was heard by auscultation. Okay, that's all right. Um, Hence, certain blood investigations and electrocardiogram were performed for him. That's good. I'm happy with that. This is a good passive voice. So this one, I'm happy with that. All right. Today, Brendan revisited to. No, when you visit someone, it doesn't need any preposition. So it's revisited, and then the revisited also revisited to. You can say re and then visited. You don't need to use to.
Okay, sir.
You have to remove to as well. To is not
Okay,
needed.
sir.
Only when you go there, you know, he went to the hospital, he came to the hospital. But when you use this phrase, you know, revisit or visit, you don't need to use any preposition after that. It's just visit someone. That's it.
Mhm.
Visit and then the noun immediately. So today
Okay, sir.
Brendan revisited the hospital for his investigation reports. He made poor prognosis, which was evidenced by deteriorating in his symptoms. No. Which was evidenced by, and you need to use a noun only. I told you this. Which was evidenced by deterioration in his symptoms, or
Okay, sir.
deterioration of his symptoms. That is more appropriate. So
Okay,
deteriorating.
sir.
Okay, deteriorating in his symptoms. It's wrong. So you should use deterioration of his symptoms. That would be much more
Then,
appropriate. Okay.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
Of his symptoms. Also, his electrocardiogram shows prolonged PR interval. So you don't need to say this in the present tense. I think it's in the. I mean, it's okay. It's
Today,
ongoing,
sir.
right? It's
No,
today
now
only.
it is today. No,
Okay,
no.
okay, all
Today
right.
report. No, sir.
Then that's all right. Yep, that's okay. Consequently, erythrocyte sedimentation rate and
Streptolysin.
streptolysin. Yeah, streptolysin. Zero, is that 0 liters? So what's this? O titer.
O titer, sir.
O
O
titer
titer.
levels.
That is
Oh, that's a
ASOT
medical
titer.
term. Okay, all right.
Term, yes,
O
sir.
titer
O
levels were
titer
increased,
level.
where levels were increased. Okay, that's good. So there were two nouns. Okay, so it's going to be a plural noun, and you have used the verb properly. I'm happy with that. In view of the above, it would be highly appreciated if you could arrange an urgent appointment for Brendan. It is worth mentioning that he is allergic to nuts and had been hospitalized 2 years ago for anaphylaxis reactions. Okay, good. That's good. I'm happy with that. So most of your sentences are good enough and are free from grammatical mistakes. Should there be any further questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Yours sincerely, Resistance. So do we know the name of the addressee? I think we do, isn't it? Then that's okay. I think we do know the name of the addressee. I mean the recipient.
Uh,
That's good. I'm happy with that. Let me see if you have included all the relevant case notes or not. Let's go to the writing task section.
sir, in this one doubt, sir, in this case note,
Yeah.
because of that doubt only, I did not mention that in the first sentence whether it is in this case note it is given or not. I don't know, sir. Sir, can you show me the first page, sir?
Yes, of course.
Here it is given, no, sir. Brendan is on 50th percentile for height and weight. So
Mm-hmm.
what it means, sir? I searched in the Google means if for his age he is only maintaining only half his weight.
Yeah,
It's
half
like
of his
that.
weight is exactly half of his weight only. 50th percentile means
Uh,
percentage. I mean, it's going to be like, you know, he has got, okay, so there is an average weight. There's a typical weight. They have got the measurements, right? For example, if a baby is 1 years old, you know, he or she needs to be, you know, weighed at least about, say, maybe 4 kilograms or 5 kilograms, whatever the age. Okay, so whatever the weight, so there is an average weight level that is recommended, you know, for each age, for each
mm-mm.
you know,
Okay,
duration.
sir.
Okay, so unfortunately he is able to gain only 50 percentage of the minimum weight and height that is
Uh,
required for his age.
okay.
Do you understand?
Mm.
That is
Yes,
an
sir.
issue, actually. That is an issue.
So I did not understand that it clearly, so I did not mention that, sir. If
Oh, you
instead of
didn't
I'm
mention.
writing wrong, then again is mistake. So that
Mm,
I did not mention, sir.
that's not good. I mean, he's unable to gain weight according to the
Mm.
recommendations. That's what the problem is.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anyway, let's read this. You are GP Dr. Joseph Watkins. Okay, Green Slopes Medical Clinic. This can also be used, as a registered nurse as well. Anyway, so what is the plan? Writing task. You need to write a letter, refer a letter to. No, this is different. Okay, so don't worry about that. Contact Method Pediatric Center to arrange an urgent appointment with Dr. Alison Gray, pediatric consultant, requesting further investigation and treatment. That's the one. That's the one we need to go. Yeah, okay, go ahead with. All right, let's look at this one. So it's going to be, to the, is that pediatric consultant, okay, further
Pediatrician.
investigation. So all these things are going to be in relation to the pediatric consultation, okay, and treatment. All right. Okay, time allowed 40 minutes. Read the case notes. It's okay. Today's date, that is 21/1/2010. Did you use this date in your letter?
Yes, sir. 21
Okay.
Jan 2000.
Okay, good. All right, Brendan, 8 years old baby. That's the problem. So you didn't spell the words correctly, okay, for the name of the patient. Anyway, as a sister, six
Okay,
years,
sir.
brother 3 years, mother housewife, father. Is it a known case?
No, sir, it is not a known case. Because now
Okay.
only I'm referring to the doctor that he has today with the report only he came. No, so I'm
Okay.
informing to the pediatrician that he has like these features.
You
So
should
it
have
is unknown
included this
case.
one. You should have included this one. This is really, really important.
Yes, sir.
So
That I
he's
told I did not.
at least what you could have done, if you don't have any idea, okay, but if you feel that
Okay,
it
sir.
may be relevant, please include it, because
Okay, sir.
this is in relation to the height and weight, right? I think it should be related to what you call the pediatrician, isn't it? So it is really important
Mm.
that you include this. If you don't have any idea, just copy and paste. That's it. There is no other way, because it's better to
Okay, sir.
write down the relevant case notes using the same words rather than rather than
Missing the case
missing
notes.
that, yeah, the relevant case notes. So it's not good. All right.
Okay, sir.
Allergy to nuts, that's good. Yeah, this is important because you need to tell the pediatrician, because he may not know whether he's allergic to anything. So that's good. So you have done this one, previous medical history, and so it's actually all right. Okay, father naval officer, mother housewife, yes, sisters. Okay, all right, that's fine. But you didn't, if that is a okay, if that is the unknown case, why can't you use this one? He has got six. Okay, you can mention this one, like he has got he has got a few. I mean, you can say he has got a sister and a brother. You should have
Sir,
included
this
that.
one.
Yeah, you should have included this. Okay, let's see. Fever, sore throat, lethargy, many crying spells, all for 3 days. All right. Temperature is 39.8 degrees Celsius. Enlarged tonsils with exudate. Okay. Enlarged cervical and abdominal anal. Okay. CVS, RR. So these are all not needed, but you have included only the relevant case notes. Good. Probable diagnosis, tonsillitis. Did you mention this one?
Sir, I have mentioned also tonsils are enlarged with exudation.
Okay. It's due to
Hypertrophy tonsils.
okay, yeah, it's
Yes.
due to bacteria, actually, bacterial
Yes,
infection.
sir.
All right, oral penicillin, paracetamol as required, but paracetamol is not, it's only for fever, right? Isn't it? It's for fever, right?
Yes, sir. Okay.
But did you mention this one, paracetamol, in your
In case notes, I did not mention, sir. It was given about this infection. I have that also. It is given as required only. It is not
mm,
given for you have to give. So that I have
okay.
written only for this antibiotic. I have written.
Did you mention this one? That there must be a review after 5 days if no improvement is
Yes,
noticed.
sir. I have written in subsequent days. Brendan was suffering from hypertrophy. In that
Oh,
next
okay.
visit only, this all those histories coming, sir.
Oh, okay.
Three
All
visit
right.
I have written in 3 paragraph.
Okay.
This
All
one.
right. Mother concerned,
Hypertrophy
sleepless nights,
tonsils.
difficulty coping with the husband away, mother-in-law coming to help. Brandon not eating, complaining of. Okay, right. Media. Did you mention these things? I think under the social history you should have mentioned that his father is away, and because they need to know what's the problem going on, because all those things are in relation to the patient's condition. They are going to affect the nutritional status of the child, isn't it? So it's really important that you mention that. Okay. You did.
Because this is emergency case, I did not add the social history, sir. About only patient condition I have written.
But you could have
Because
mentioned
we,
maybe in the end, before you conclude, before you sign off, it's better to include that. Okay.
okay, sir.
Yeah, because his mother is really concerned socially. He's, his mother is the only caregiver at the moment, because his father is away. So it's really difficult for her to look after him and things like this. You could have included that. All right. Objective
Okay,
temperatures,
sir.
tensile tonsillitis, cervical lymph, so on, that's all right. Investigations, ECG, FPF, BCS, ASOT. Full blood count. Did you use this one? Full blood examination.
ECG, erythrocyte, sir. In my case, not it was given
No, it was not given.
erythrocyte sedimentation anti-stability.
Okay.
Some
All right.
different is there in my which I have written that case note
Oh,
and this
okay.
case note, sir.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's all right. Sorry. Proof and review. No change of symptoms. ECG prolonged ESR. Erythrocyte. Yeah, this is the one.
Only this it was given, sir.
No, okay,
In the
that's all
previous
right.
test also,
Rheumatic fever. Rheumatic fever.
prolonged period, no change in the symptom it was given.
Yeah, okay, no worries. Yeah, I think most of the case notes were included except this one. I think under the social background, you could have mentioned maybe the important ones. She has got maybe a few other children, okay, and it's really difficult for his mother to look after the baby, due to his husband who is working away, who's working abroad. Okay, that could have
Okay,
been
sir.
included. But
Okay, sir.
apart from that, this letter is okay. It's not that bad. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. Let me give you the assessment. Grammar could have been a bit better. Okay. Particularly, use of what do you call, use of nouns and verbs are, yeah. So here you have to use deteriorating in. It should be deteriorating. Use of nouns
Deterioration.
and verbs should be improved. Use of articles is good. Use of articles and prepositions is up to the mark. I'm happy with that. You need to spell the words correctly. Okay, you need to know whether a particular phrase has got one word
Okay,
only
sir.
or two words. Okay, you need to spell the words correctly, because sore throat is going to be a mistake here. It's going to be a mistake.
Okay, sir.
Revisited, you need to place the punctuation marks properly. It should be re and then hyphen. Represented, revisited, if you write it down. Okay, so use of punctuations could have been a bit better, could have been improved, could have been improved a bit. Vocabulary is fine. I'm happy with your vocabulary, so it's all good. And then you should also spell the name of the patient, correctly, isn't it? So that's not good.
Okay, sir.
Including
how I make that mistake. Okay, sir.
Patient's name. Yep, it's really important. Connectivity is fine. Layout is amazing. One relevant case note. I mean, you could have mentioned a few social case notes relating to the issue behind the patient's poor weight gain. You know what I mean? You should have included that,
Sir.
because the problem is, when you look at it, there is no father. Okay, the father is not there. All right, that's one thing. And then the other issue is that he has got two siblings, right? So her mother is the only caregiver who needs to look after these three children, and it's really difficult for her, isn't it? So you have to mention those things, and that is why I'm telling you that the social case notes may be important if if only one caregiver is present at home. Do you understand? It may be really difficult.
Okay, sir.
If
Yes,
there are
sir.
more children,
Okay,
then
sir.
that is another issue as well, because you can't give special attention to only one child, isn't it? So yes, so I believe all these things are going to be the reason behind the patient's poor weight gain. Okay, the
Okay,
patient
sir.
is
Okay, sir.
able to gain only 50% of the recommended weight, which is not good. It's not good at all. Okay, if it is more than 75 or 80%, then it's at least okay, but here it's not good. All right, you
Okay,
have
sir.
used passive voice form appropriately. I'm very happy with the way that you do this, so that's good. All right, overall task fulfillment is perfect as well. It's only you need to pick up those couple of case notes. Okay, you have to think why, I mean, from the pediatric perspective, is it really important? Okay,
Okay, sir. I
so
was thinking in that it was an emergency case, but in that way only I thought. As in your way, I did
yes,
not
that's
think
correct,
about the
that's
social
correct,
background.
that's
Okay, sir.
correct, but that's correct, yes. But why he is not able to gain weight, there is a reason, isn't it? So that is an
Sir.
important aspect. Am I correct? Of
Mm,
course, that's
yes.
why we are referring to, because of the poor weight gain, the patient has been suffering from all these conditions, I believe, because he is not able to achieve the minimum nutritional status that is required.
Okay,
All right,
okay, sir.
and
Okay, sir.
that's the reason we are referring this patient to the addressee, isn't it? So it's really
Okay, sir.
important that you understand the reason why he is not able to gain weight. It's because he has got a few siblings and then his father is away. All right, so his mother is the only person who needs to look after these three children. Okay, so it's really important
Okay,
that you
sir.
mention this. Okay, so okay, taking into the account of absence of a few case notes and some of the grammatical mistakes, um, spelling mistakes and so on. Okay, mistake number 4 is a recommendation only. Mistake number 3 is a major one. 1 is a major one. 2 is a major one as well. 5 is a kind of recommendation, and 6 is a major one. So you have committed at least 4 major mistakes, and then you have misspelled the name of the patient throughout your letter, which is not good. All right. So taking into these account, okay, you haven't included a couple of relevant case notes as well. So according to me, you should be able to get 310 out of 500. Okay, you can still get C plus grade. All right, but you may not be able to get B grade. Okay, but if you could have rectified, for example, the first 2 mistakes, all right, these 2, I mean, if you have spelled the name of the patient correctly throughout the letter, you could have been able to get B grade. Plus you should have included the relevant case notes anyway, a couple of relevant case notes. If you have done those 2 things, this letter should be able to get at least 350. All right, are you happy with my assessment, Vanati?
Okay, sir.